Sometimes that is better.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of the Killjoy Jake podcast. I am joined here by Jesse from Jesse's Storytime Spectacular. How you doing, man?
Doing great here, man. How about you?
I'm fantastic, dude. Just excited to talk about some horror movies, specifically some of the ones we've been watching over this past October.
So let's see. I've been trying to burn through some of the new stuff that's been coming out. Pet Cemetery one came out, and a lot of people were upset on that movie. I wasn't too keen on it myself.
I was not crazy about it either. What was something that you weren't crazy about with that one?
It kind of just ended out of nowhere. I was kind of just like, okay. And then it just dropped, and I'm like, I thought there'd be a little bit more to this, but all right. I guess they're just doing the whole family legacy stuff, and that's it.
It didn't really add much to the other stories, too. Like the remake, I feel like it didn't really add anything to that. There's some like inconsistent rules, I felt, like the whole thing with the eyes and all that. I was just like, what? Like that wasn't a thing in the remake.
Yeah. And I thought we would get more of like the cult situation as it progressed, not just like this brief little mini few Easter eggs in there, I guess.
Yeah, it was just a bizarre film. I just don't know how that happened. I feel like no one really wanted that one either, and it was just like, oh, here it is. Here's a prequel to this remake from 2019, and it's like, what? Yeah. And it doesn't add much. Wasn't crazy about that one either, man.
I know we've both been doing the 31 Days of Halloween. Do you have a couple perfect watches that you've gone through, or anything new that you've dug into lately to try out?
Yeah, I try to watch like either like a new horror film or something that like I've been like, oh yeah, like I love this for this time of year. Like Terrifier 2 is one that I'm about to show my buddies here in like about a week or so, because like some of them haven't seen it. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, it's perfect for this time of year. It's fall, it's gory, it's crazy.
The first one is the question.
I know specifically one person has not seen the first one, so we might have to do a crazy double feature. They are kind of like one long movie too, which is something I like about those films. Like you can kind of watch them back to back, and it's like just there it is. There's one long Art the Clown story.
Yeah, feels like a connected like sequence. You can just watch them both in order, kind of like a Halloween, original into the sequel that they did.
Right, dude. Oh my god, Halloween 1 and 2. That's a great one to do this time of year. Also, has that fall feeling, and also has some crazy kills. A wonderful killer, of course, one of the most iconic of all time. I mean, such a great run of horror movies from John Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you have anything like a little more obscure, like that the viewers at home may not have heard of?
I did a few rewatches of some of my gem ones that I was telling you about. I definitely did a triangle watch because I love it. And Melissa George is crazy in that movie. I love her. I started doing New American Horror Story, which is kind of interesting to see. I'm not too keen on Kim Kardashian, but I do like the whole creepy baby, like weird plot they've got going on. And I'm not ruining anything there because that's like pretty much like episode 1.
Yeah, that's like in the trailer. It's gonna be something weird about Emma Roberts' baby or whatever, right? So, but you're enjoying that's good. I find American Horror Story to be very like hit or miss. Like sometimes it really works for me, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm curious how this new season is, though.
I hadn't really watched it that much since maybe I think season 4-ish, maybe something like that, and then kind of lost interest for a while. And everybody told me, go ahead and try this one. It was supposed to be pretty creepy and fun, back to the original kind of, just dark, fun sense of that one.
I dig that, though. I mean, for the most part, I do really like the cast. I love Emma Roberts, so like I'm sure this is going to be fun. Feels very like Rosemary's Baby inspired, if you've ever seen that one.
Yeah, I felt like that'd be kind of a cool, neat little plot for them to play off of.
It always feels like they have like an inspiration for each season. So like it was like kind of cool that it was like, oh, here's this weird 60s horror movie. We're going to kind of base a storyline off of it. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see it.
Trying to think, I did go back over a lot of the Saw sequels, especially because I finally saw X on Saturday. I know I'd been holding back from all your spoilers on that one. I've been like, okay, I got to stop at like 3 minutes right now.
What'd you think about that one, man?
I loved how they were giving the John Kramer backstory. And then I also like how, I'm not even ruining this because everybody knows Amanda's in it. They just pull her in out of nowhere, and I loved it. I thought all of this was just John Kramer for right now, and then boom, just Amanda's suddenly there, and you're like, he had this plan already? Definitely recommend going to the theater for it.
He's ready for anything, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That movie, I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite watches from just this fall in general. I had a blast with it. So I can't, you know, there has been a lot of October releases like you were talking about that I'm just like I haven't been losing my mind over. If it was Pet Cemetery, VHS 85 was pretty fun. I wasn't crazy about Totally Killer. I don't know. Nothing has really blown me away yet though this October. So I'm hoping for something new.
Fun. I enjoyed that one as well. Yeah. Scream pretty much like out of order.
Yeah.
All over the place. And oddly, I know you would enjoy this. I started with Scream 4. I just kind of I wanted that kind of goofy opening.
There's a lot of stars and, you know, like fun, you know, surprising kills and stuff. I also like that, like each little, like fake out kind of gives you a little commentary on like the different elements to like Thousands horror that Scream kind of like quote unquote missed out on, you know, it's cool. I'm like, okay, I see what they're trying to do. I vibe with it.
I mean, it's definitely one of the lesser openings, but you know,
yeah, but I get it. I get why they did it. It's still fun. But you think like Scream is a good one to watch during this time of year because it's just like you can put this on with like family and all that too. It's nothing like too like, you know, gory or crazy. Like I wouldn't put Terrifier 2 on for, you know, grandma's coming over or something. You know what I mean? So so like this is a good one to recommend, I would say for sure. So like Halloween 3 is one that I like to put on a lot. How do you feel about Halloween 3?
Definitely. That one's actually a lot of fun. Every time I go back to it, it's kind of you find something new. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, Halloween 3's got a lot of little hidden aspects to it that I love. I love Tom Atkins in this lead role too because like he's not objectively a good guy. Like he's kind of just a sleazeball. Yeah, I feel like every woman in that movie, like he's actively hitting on the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of just like what's it called? That dude from like we were saying, Halloween 2, the dirtball guy, the dirtball nurse dude who's been, you know, hooking up with the chick in the hot tub.
Like it almost feels inspired from that in a weird way. It's almost like, what if this guy grew up, you know, like this is what he's got to deal with.
A fun one that a lot of people will give me some crap on here, but I went back to the Sleepaway Camp sequels. I hadn't seen them in a long time, and that was a really, really fun rewatch.
I've heard a lot of people say they like the sequels more like than the original film. I'm personally like, I love the first one a lot. Like I just feel like it has this like thing, it has this like humor and like just weirdness about it, like that I just feel like the other sequels don't tap into as well. Like I just love that bizarre element to that first one. But I do enjoy the sequels though. Different person playing Angela as well. What's your favorite from the sequels?
Let's see. I want to say number 2, most likely, just because it's almost goofy, but fun, and they had decent ideas in there. Let's give you that. It probably wasn't executed the best, but they had some fun ideas going in it. But I did want to bring a few up to you. A fun movie that's not like crazy horrific or anything, but I mean, it's just a great Halloween watch. 13 Ghosts.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, absolutely, man.
I just hadn't seen it in years, and I pulled it up on there. It was a perfect watch for Halloween, man.
This is another one that's like, it's really spooky, you know. It's got like a lot of different like creature designs and monsters and ghosts and all that in this one, as well as a fantastic Matthew Lillard performance. So I know we're all looking for more of those.
Ooh, you would like this one. Urban Legend.
Oh, this is one of my favorites, dude. From the late 90s.
Movie, man. I don't know what it was. It's just, especially the chick with the red hair. If I could remember her name, she's such a great actress, and I loved her like kind of killer face in that.
I love this one a lot because like it does kind of follow the Scream format, but like instead of horror movie commentary, it's like all the kills are based off of like real urban legends that people like think exist.
Yeah.
And I love that. There's something about that I just feel like that platform, that style, that flow, it works a lot. It works really well with that one. It's probably my favorite like oh, Scream's really popular, we got to make a slasher just like that. Like it's my favorite one of those that comes out like in the wake, like late 90s, early thousands. Oh, the killer reveal too is like bit of a bombshell. Bit of a bombshell for me.
I didn't expect it on the first watch originally when I saw it a long time ago, but
oh yeah,
definitely a good killer reveal.
Do you like the sequels to Urban Legend?
Honestly, the second one I liked a lot, just because I like how they incorporated that the sassy cop. You know, the sassy security guard cop. They kind of played her into the next movie. That was a little fun. But the second movie, I liked the film aspect of it because it felt like they're making a movie and that it was kind of a neat concept. A little bit like your fan film.
You know what's funny about that is when I watched it for the first time was the summer that we filmed Red Right Hand. Like I saw it, I saw the second one. I'm just like, whoa, that's weird. I was like, that's like really similar to what we're trying to do. That's bizarre. The third one, don't worry about it. It doesn't exist.
The third one was kind of meh.
Have you seen Cobweb that came out earlier this year?
I still have that ready to watch, and the reason I waited on it is I have a buddy of mine who hardly ever watches horror movies, and he wants to show that movie to me. And I'm honestly shocked that he, out of anybody has seen it and has said, "Oh my God, you got to come see this movie with me."
No, I won't say anything. What I will say though is like, dude, you got to watch it. Like it is, I cannot believe they did not release this in October of this year. Like it is a perfect fall horror movie. It would be doing some big numbers right now, especially because like a lot of the big releases this month is like stuff that's going straight to streaming. If you just had Cobweb in the theaters, let's say it released like last weekend, last Friday, I mean, shit, it would have done some numbers. Maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, this Taylor Swift came out on the 13th, but man, put that out on the 20th or something, like tomorrow or whatever. That would do numbers. I'm telling you, like, it's such, you'll watch it and you'll be like, this is a great fall horror movie. Why did they release this in July? This makes no sense. So I watch Hellraiser 2 every October.
That was a real good one. I love that one. That's almost going back and forth between Christie's Hell. You know what I mean? And I like how you have to almost dissect which parts were her hell and which parts were more the Cenobite side.
Yeah, that third act is just like crazy. Yeah. It just doesn't stop.
Oh, wow. I did rewatch, if anybody else has not, the Hulu Hellraiser. I really enjoyed how, like, if you can look around on YouTube, there are a lot of people who break down those scenes in it, and you'll get to kind of fully break down that little book, and it's fantastic the way some of them do it.
There's a lot of cool Easter eggs, in there too, which is a lot of fun for me. I don't know if you were able to see it or not, but did you? I did an interview with Doug Bradley recently. Did you hear his like? Yeah, so he did a pitch like while we were live. I asked him like, what would you do if like you came back like and did all the Pinhead makeup and stuff? Like, what would you want to do for like a future Hellraiser continuation? He talks about like making and adapting the Scarlet Gospels, which is like a new Clive Barker book. Like basically, it's kind of like the. Oh, you have? Okay, hell yeah.
It's sitting right here. Like,
oh no fucking way, dude. Oh shit, nice. Sorry. He loves this. Like he loves that story. He would love to adapt it at some point. He's like, I'm 69 years old, dude. Like I'm too old to put on the makeup again. But he's like, if I could, wave a magic wand or whatever, like I would totally make that into something. I gotta read it myself though, Jesse. It's a good story though.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic one.
Well, everyone go subscribe to Jesse's Storytime Spectacular. Very good stuff. I'm highly anticipating the Saw review. Man, I bet that's going to be good. So hell yeah. Jesse, thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, man. I love getting a chance to just chat with you and have some fun and drop movie names.
Yeah, dude. Oh, absolutely, man. Lots of good recommendations here. So make sure to fill your October with a bunch of little horror movies. There you go. If you need some help, listen to this podcast. Good stuff, everybody. Thank you so much again, Jesse, for joining me. And as always, everybody, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.